Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to share my thoughts on the new Osprey Talon 30 backpack. Now I've been using this for probably about 2.5 months at this point. I test out a lot of backpacks, and spoiler alert, this is the backpack that I use all the time now. It's my favorite backpack. I used to use the old Talon 33, the normal non-pro version, which I also thought was a great backpack, but this one has been doing really good out on the trail, and I think it will be a good fit for a lot of people. So in this video, I'm just going to go through what I like about it, what's different between this and the regular Talon 33, and kind of show you what's been working really well for this pack, and then talk a little bit about who this pack is for. Now, as you're watching the video, if you find it helpful, if you could do me a favor, click the little thumbs up. It's absolutely free of charge to you. Helps me out a ton, and it's an easy way to say thank you for this video. So thank you in advance for that. All right, let's dive in. So a major reason why I use an Osprey Talon Pro 30 or 33 regular is because they have an external pocket for your hydration reservoir. So if you want to put your water in, you just do this. It's empty. Let's see if it goes in. Look at that. Goes right in there, and it fits right in. You can put it in or take it out without having to open your pack or unpack your pack. Now, if you're just doing day hikes and you pack your pack up and you put it in, it's not a huge deal to not have that feature. But if you like to refill up your water, which generally means hiking longer distances, and you don't want to have to pull things in and out of your pack in order to put the hydration reservoir back in, having this external pocket is key. Now on the Osprey Talon Pro 30, it works well. It's a little bit tighter fit than it is on the regular Talon 33 model. This is a little bit looser here. It's easier to slip in and out. But I noticed over time as I used this, maybe on a couple weeks, it got much easier. Maybe it just needed to work out a little bit. You can also loosen these right here to give yourself a little bit more room when putting that in and out. But in general, super easy to get your hydration reservoir in and out of the Osprey Talon Pro 30. When I initially got the pack, I reached out to Osprey and I asked them, what would you say the main differentiator between the Pro and the regular model is? And what they mentioned, aside from like a lot of smaller things, which I'll talk about in a second, is the fabric. And this is called nanofly fabric. It's supposed to be more durable and lighter and tougher than the regular kind of Osprey pack fibers that you have here. Obviously, in a couple months, I'm not going to be able to really figure out whether this lasts longer. It hasn't been wearing out. I've, gone through a lot of overgrowth and it hasn't ripped. So in that respect, it's really, it's been fine. But overall, it's not as stiff as like a Hyperlite pack. I forget what that's called, Durima or something. It's definitely flexible still. It's definitely pliable like the regular fabric, but it is stronger, and you can kind of feel, it definitely feels a little stronger than your normal Osprey pack material. Another note on the pack material, it is water resistant, but I still like to use a pack liner like this. It maybe weighs an ounce or two, but I put my stuff in there just in case I do get dumped on, or if this falls into a stream while I'm crossing, my important stuff is still dry in this pack liner. Really key piece of gear that I like to use in a pack just in case. Now, one of the most important things for me has been the fit, the feel of this on my back versus a normal Talon 33. If you look at a normal Talon 33, it's really light. It's 2 pounds and a few ounces. I mean, it weighs nothing. It weighs the same as a much smaller day pack, but it is kind of flimsy. It is very flexible. It definitely feels like something's hanging from your back, even though it is light and it is minimal. The Pro, unlike that, it has a frame that goes all the way up to the top here. I don't know if I call it an internal frame or more just like a hard piece of something in there. But because that's hard, and because I think it's cut a little bit narrower than the other one, maybe longer and narrower, it fits to my back better, and it feels more balanced. And again, this is just anecdotal based on my experience. I don't know if it's actually more balanced in general, but it's definitely it definitely conforms to my back better than the other one. So this feels like it's sort of part of you, whereas the other one feels like it's hanging off your back, the regular Talon. The hip belts are also a little bit bigger. The problem with the hip belts on a lot of Ospreys, and this might be just because of my body size, is that when it's open like this and it's on your side, it's really hard to pull it closed. You kind of have to shift it around a little bit. But overall, this Pro 30 feels much more balanced than the normal Talon 33. The other thing I really liked about the Osprey Pro 30 was its relative simplicity compared to the other model. Now, I mainly do day hiking. I do long day hikes, you know, sometimes 30 miles in a day, but I don't do a ton of overnights. And when I do an overnight, I'm doing usually one night at the most. So for that, this more simple layout has been great. Now, the first thing in terms of simplicity is it's just got one, I guess you'd call it a barrel opening up top. So just one zipper, and then you're in there. That's all there is. There's no buckles, there's no nothing. And once you're in there, this mesh pocket that has the key lanyard, it's all right on top here. So as a day hiker, it's super easy for me just to unzip this, maybe swap out some clothes, put some snacks in there, a map or two, close this guy up, put my things that I need to get to in this top pocket, and go. So it's really good. Now you have, if you do want to stuff it, you do have these compression adjustment straps on the side, one up here, one down there, where you can tighten it up or loosen it out based on what you're carrying in there. But otherwise, that's pretty much it on the outside. It doesn't have the old attachment for the trekking poles. I'll show you that in a second. It just has a more simple general holder here where you can put a trekking pole or two or an ice axe or whatever you might have right there. But otherwise, it's super simple on the outside. Now, if you are loading up your Talon with a bunch of stuff and you're using it for camping, this is probably going to push the boundaries of what you can fit in there. But if you mainly day hike and, you know, do an overnight as an exception or once in a while, this is going to be a much better pack for you in terms of workflow getting in and out of the pack. Let me show you the regular Talon so you can compare. Now, in the regular Talon, to get into the top, we have to do a couple things, right? We have to zip that up. I've got to stow this guy in here. And then I need to buckle that. And then I need to bring this over the top. You can already see where this is going, right? Bring this over the top and do all of these things just to get the top closed, as opposed to boom, and I'm in. Now, if you need to get deep into your pack down on the bottom, there are other packs that open up, like the Mystery Ranch pack that's a little bit different, that open up that can help out there. But if you only really go to the bottom of your pack once in a while, this is great. And if you want to get in and out at the top to switch out layers, it's great. Whereas this, you know, if I want to get back in there, or if I want to get to the pocket that I showed you before on the Pro with the key lanyard, I got to do this, I got to do this, and then here's the pocket with the key lanyard. Here's the top pocket right there. So you also have more adjustments. So where was that? So these guys, I have this tied up because otherwise I flop it around, but I could let these out fully and then really, really stuff this thing, let out the side compression, and really jam a lot of stuff into here for a 33 liter or 33 liter pack. You know, you can really fit a lot in here. So if you're packing a lot of stuff, you know, you might want to go with something like this and just take the hit in terms of getting in and out of it. But if you're day hiking and you only occasionally really stuff the pack, the Pro is a really good move. Now, in terms of volume, this is a 30 liter pack. You can see I have my essentials and I still have plenty and plenty of room in there. Here's some basic overnight gear that I have. I have a little jet boil, I have a quarter dome tent, sleeping pad, and sleeping bag. If I break these apart and I use the compression pack on this, I'm able to fit all of that in there. So I have enough room in this 30 to do a overnight backpacking trip. You know, not a ton of extra room there, but it is doable, and you can keep it pretty simple. All right, so let's talk about the pockets. The outside pockets are basically the same on the Pro as they are on the regular. You have these two side pockets on either side here that fit a nice smart water bottle. Then you have this big stuff pocket where you can put some layers in, 30, whatever. And you have the same thing on the regular one. We have the side pockets right here. Then I have that stuff pocket down the middle. On the regular model, the pockets are mesh. On this one, they are woven, which should be more durable. And you can feel that it's a little beefier. They're a little more substantial. The problem I have on this one, and again, this just might be my body with the cut, is if I was not using hydration bladder and I had two smart water bottles in the side pockets here, when it was on, I could reach back and pull out the bottle, drink, and put it in without taking the pack off. On this, it's just a little too far back, and I think because the cut is a little bit narrower, it's a little too far back to reach back, pull it out, and put it back in. I have to just undo it a little bit and pull it off. Not a huge deal. Again, these are like super minor things, but you know, you get used to certain things in the trail, and if you are expecting just to whip it out, you might have a hard time with that on the Pro. Other thing to talk about that's new on the Pro are the straps up front. Now, we have these two straps up top here where we can clip things on. You can clip on like a carabiner. You can stretch it out, maybe get some two carabiners on there if you need to. I also noticed that it fits nicely. It fits my hydration tube nicely through here, and I don't need to put the magnet attachment on to the sternum strap. I just leave it through this thing and it's fine. So that's cool. Other thing on the Pro, we have this addition of these pockets like this, and there's a little button right there, and we can clip it closed. Now these are not good for a whole lot. You could, you know, put some energy gels in there, power bar, whatever, knife, glasses maybe. I was able to fit a GPS map 64 in here, and it really stuffed in there. I couldn't get a 66 in there. What would be nice is if this was a little bit bigger and you could fit a handheld GPS in there, that would be very cool. You could probably fit like an E-Trex or a smaller model in there, but if these were a little bigger, or maybe there's some kind of an attachment to like put your phone in there even, that would be very helpful. But either way, you have two of them there. It's a nice little option to have. You can put something up top at the ready and get to it pretty easily. Just one quick thing to mention, there is this buckle on here for a bike helmet. I don't use that as a hiker. It's probably a way I can probably just cut this off if I really wanted to, and maybe I will. But there's that if that's important to you. Another thing just to make note of is there's a ventilated back, which has been really good. Much better than a pack like a Hyperlight, at least for me, where I'm hiking in warmer climates and I'm getting really sweaty. I'd have a problem with the Hyperlights just with my sweat in my back. This gives me a little bit of a chance to have my back breathe when I'm hiking, especially in a hot environment. So should you get the Osprey Talon Pro 30? For me, this is the best all-season day pack out there right now. It's set up really well for my hiking workflow. It's got that external bladder pocket on the outside. It's got enough room to, you know, go out in the winter. It's still light enough for the summer, and it fits really well on my back. If I'm scrambling or jumping around, it really has a great fit to it. That said, if you already have a pack, if you already have maybe an older Talon 33 and you're wondering whether you should ditch that and buy this, if you want to save the money, I would say probably not. Just keep your old pack. The old Talon 33 is a really, really good pack. So, you know, it's not that groundbreaking to have this, but if you have the money and you just kind of want the best pack for day hiking, this is going to be a good bet. Or if you're, you know, getting into hiking or advancing in hiking and you want a better pack than maybe something that you started with that has a little bit more room, this is a great fit to use for all seasons of hiking. So I highly recommend this. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is the pack that I'm using all the time. I'm considering my testing period of this over. I am keeping this pack. I am using it, and it's great. So other good packs, if you want them, you can get the regular Talon 33, especially if you want to pack more stuff in there and really get the most out of it and have a little bit more room. A regular Talon 33 is a great pack. I played around with a Mystery Ranch. I think it's called a Scree pack. Those are nice because they have a zipper down the middle, which is easy, you know, to get in and out. But when I'm hiking, I'm generally not going in and out of my pack all the time. For me personally, as a hiker, it's not that important. But if you're guiding people and you need to pull waters or first aid or whatever it might be out of there, it's an easy way to do it. The downside with the Mystery Ranch is it's got an internal pocket for hydration. So if you're gonna refill that, if you're not filling it through the tube back in there, you've got to take the whole thing out and then put it back in. So for my general workflow, Osprey Talon Pro 30, great pack. I have not tried the other models. I know there are a few others. Maybe I will. I don't know. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and feel free to ask me. I'll do my best to get back to you. I know there's not a lot out on this pack right now. It came out relatively recently and during COVID and everything. And I noticed that the inventory on REI is in and out. So ask me questions. If you're curious, I'll be happy to answer them. And I have one big favor to ask you. If you do decide to buy this pack or any other pack, if you could use my links right underneath the video. I get a small commission from every pack that gets sold, and it helps me keep all the stuff ad-free on the website and helps me test new gear and try things out and not talk about the stinker backpacks, which I don't do reviews on, so that we don't waste everyone's time with that stuff. So anyway, thank you in advance for using my affiliate links. Thank you for clicking the thumbs up. And again, any questions, leave them in the comments and I will do my best to answer you. All right, guys, see you out there.